This is the fourth decimals video in the series. This video talks about thousandths. If you have not watched the first 3 videos, I suggest you do that before watching this video. By now, you should be familiar with numbers that have up to 2 decimal places. Numbers that have wholes, tenths, and hundredths, like this number here. 1.67 looks like this on our colouring grid. You should also be very familiar with our colouring grids by now. And this is what 1.67 looks like using our place value table. We know that we put 1 in our units box because we have 1 unit. The decimal goes in our decimal box. We have 6 tenths, so we write 6 in our tenths box. We have 7 hundredths, so we write 7 in our hundredths box. Let's have a look at something new. This number here is different to the numbers we've been looking at. I wonder if you can think about how it's different. Did you notice that there are now 3 numbers after the decimal instead of 2? The 7 is in the 3rd place away from the decimal, or the 3rd decimal place. This is called the thousandths place value, and the thousandths are very, very small. Let's check that out using our colouring grid. Here is our colouring grid that we're used to seeing in our previous activities. In activity 4, the colouring grid now has a thousandths column added to it. Can you see how small those boxes are? Let's colour in our grid using the number 1.347. We colour in the units box because we have 1 unit. We colour in 3 of the tenths boxes because we have 3 tenths. We colour in 4 of the hundredths boxes because we have 4 hundredths. And we colour in 7 of the thousandths boxes because we have 7 thousandths. They are so tiny. You have to be very careful when you're colouring in yours. If I zoom in on the thousandths boxes, we can see that 1 of the hundredths boxes has been cut 10 times. In activity 4, you will have to colour in the correct amount of squares for each number that is written above the picture grids. Let's have a look at another example of how to do this. This number here, 0.028, has 0 wholes, so we do not colour in the hole. It has no tenths, so we do not colour in any of those. But it does have 2 hundredths, so we colour in 2 hundredths squares. And it has 8 thousandths, so we colour in 8 of the thousandths boxes. If you have learned enough for now, please pause the video and start activity 4 now. You may return to the video once you've completed activity 4. Alright, let's have a look at what we have to do in activity 5. In this section, we look at how to write thousandths in our place value table. If our number was 6.829 and we needed to write it in a place value table, we would write 6 in our units column, 8 in our tenths column, 2 in our hundredths column, and 9 in our thousandths column. Let's do one last example. If our number was 0.001 and we needed to write it in a place value table, we would write 0 in our units column, 0 in our tenths column, 0 in our hundredths column, and 1 in our thousandths column. Before you go, I just want to show you how small 1,000th is using our pizza. We already know that when our pizza is cut into 10 slices, we know each slice is called a tenth. We also know that if we cut the pizza into 100 pieces, each piece is called 1/100th. We can also cut the pizza into 1,000 pieces. That's right, 1,000 pieces. If we did, each of those 1,000 pieces would be called 1/1000th. That's only a crumb. 1/1000th is tiny. I don't think that'd fill you up. Okay, it is now time to start Activity 5. If you have any trouble with Activity 4 or 5, make sure you ask your teacher for help or rewatch this video.